Good day. For today's topic, my presentation is all about internet terms and definition and others related in internet like URL, hypertext, and more on IP address. So let's get started from the beginning. Internet terms and definition is the internet is a system architecture that has transformed communications and business by allowing computer networks all over the world to communicate. So, the explanation of this is the internet, sometimes called simply the net, is worldwide system of computer networks, a network of networks, in which users at any one computer can have permission and information from any other computer. Okay, we're done about the internet terms and definition. So the next slide is basic terms of internet. So what is basic terms of internet? A browser is a piece of software that displays and explores content on the World Wide Web. These bits of content, which include images, videos, and web pages, are linked together via hyperlinks and labeled with URIs. URIs means Uniform Resource Identifiers. For example, of a web page that can be accessed with a browser like Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, Safari browser, and Firefox. So for the explanation of the basic terms of internet, the internet is composed of local, regional, national, and worldwide computer networks. Each computer on the internet can be identified by a set of unique number that is called IP address. For the next slide, our topic is what is web page. So, web page is a document commonly written in HTML that is viewed in an internet browser. A web page can be accessed by entering a URL address into a browser address bar. A web page may contain text, graphics, and hyperlinks to another web pages and files. So, for this, the web page explanation for this, a web page is a document written in hypertext, also known as HTML, that can see online using a web browser. Like we can use Firefox, Chrome, Internet Explorer, and Safari Explorer. There, we can search any For the next slide is the homepage. What is the homepage? Homepage or homepage is the name of the main page of a website where visitors can find hyperlinks to another pages on the site. By default, the homepage on all web servers in index HTML. However, it can also be index HTML, index PHP, or whatever the developer decides. So what does homepage mean? A homepage is the default or front page of a site. Next slide. Website. Website is a collection of web pages and related material that is published on at least one web server and given a shared domain name. Most websites focus on single subject or objective such as news, education, business, entertainment, or social networking. There are also private websites that can only be accessed on a private network, such as company's internal website for its employees. Users can access websites on a range of devices, including desktops, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. So, website is a collection of public, accessible, interlinked web pages that solve a single domain name. Okay, next slide, we have email. Email is a full electronic mail messages transmitted and received by digital computers through a network. An email system allows computer users on a network to send text, graphics, sounds, and animated images to another users. So what is email? Email is electronic mail. Is the exchange of computer stored messages from one user to one or more. Next slide, we have File Transfer Protocol or FTP. What is FTP? Users who have been given access can receive and transmit files in the File Transmit Protocol server, also known as FTP host site, which is used to communicate and transfer files between computers on a TCP or IP, like Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. So what is FTP? FTP is a standard network protocol used for the transfer of files from one host to another over a TCP-based network, such as the Internet. The next slide is all about Internet Protocol Address, for short, IP. So, what is IP address? An Internet Protocol address or IP address is a numerical label such as 192.0.2.1 that is connected to a computer network that uses the Internet Protocol for communication. An IP address serves two main functions. So what is an IP address? IP address is a unique numerical identifier for every device or network that connects to the Internet. So here, we have the types of IP address. IP address has public, private, static, dynamic. So what is public? A public IP address is an address where one primary address is associated with your whole network. So, the private naman is a private IP address is a unique IP number assigned to every device that connects to your home internet network, which includes devices like computers, tablets, smartphone, which is used in your household. The third one is static. A static IP address is an IP address that cannot be changed. In contrast, a dynamic IP address will be assigned by a dynamic host configuration protocol or DHCP server, which is subject to change. So the fourth one is dynamic. What is dynamic? Dynamic IP addresses always keep changing. It is temporary and are allocated to a device every time it connects to the web. Dynamic IPs can trace their origin to a collection of IP addresses that are shared across many computers. The next slide is we have Telnet. What is Telnet? Telnet is a client or server application protocol that provides access to virtual terminals of remote systems on local area networks or the internet. Telnet consists of two components, the protocol itself, which specifies how two parties to communicate, and the software application that provides the service. So, the Telnet is a network protocol used to virtually access a computer and to provide a two-way collaborative and text-based communication channel between two machines. The next slide is link or hypertext link. Hypertext link, or simply a link, is a digital reference to data that the user can follow or be guided by clicking or tapping. A hyperlink points to a whole document or to a specific element within a document. Hypertext is text when hyperlinks. The text that is linked from is known as anchor text. So, what is hyperlinked text? This is also called a link or web link. Contains an address for a destination and acts as a reference to data. For my last slide is all about Uniform Resource Locator, URL. So what is URL? URL is nothing more than the address of a given unique resource on the web. In theory, each valid URL points to a unique resource, such as resources can be an HTML page, a CSS document, an image, or etc. In practice, there are some exceptions, the most common being a URL pointing to a resource that no longer exists or that has moved. So URL is a unique identifier used to locate resources on the internet.